Tuesday. Hey, you're checking out Make Your Beauty Bright podcast with me, Lana Nicole. Today is August 24th, 2023. If you have not noticed by now, me and my dates can never get wrong. I said I can never get wrong, meaning to say I can never get it right as far as my dates. Let's blame it on the ADHD. Listen, I hope you are having a super, super, super fabulous day. The name of this podcast is going to be called Slay Forward. I didn't write that in the description at all. But actually, when I was talking to you, I was like, oh, I didn't put in the title for today. What am I going to name this? And I'm going to name it, like I said, Slay Forward. Slay Forward. So the whole premise of this podcast, when I wasn't even going to jump over here today and do one, because if you can't see, I have a little guest today. Say hi, guys. Shout out to my homegirl, Dion, who is the founder of Full Figure Fierce, which is a whole plus size community. They have over like 100K followers on Instagram, killing the TikTok game. She's like everything: model coach, plus model, actress, creative director. Like she's so super super dope. And crazy enough, you guys know I like podcasts the other day, but it was like me really just saying, hey, I wanted to come up here. Hey, I wanted to do these things and I didn't get a chance to because Little Miss Ma'am was sleeping and now Little Miss Ma'am is up. But yeah, so I'm shouting her out and giving her like all credit due because this podcast really is because of her today. So you guys know, like I said, I tried a podcast yesterday and I was doing all of this stuff. Little Miss Ma'am was asleep, but it was like this whole brain quiz. Yes, ma'am? Oh, you just tapping me in to say something? Say hi, guys. She is far from shy. If you can see her like on the side. And so I was talking to her today and you okay? You okay? You get in the chair and sit down? So I was talking to, no? We good? Okay. So I was talking to her today. And it was just life when you haven't talked to like one of your good girlfriends in a minute, life, catching up, all of these things. And so I remember telling her, like, yeah, I was trying to podcast and do all of these things again, but it's been so hard, especially after the pandemic. And not even just that, just the whole premise, too, of having a little person and then a very active little person, which is like completely different, right? I just feel like it's so different when you have a very, very, very active little person. And I remember saying that to her today, and she was like, well, why are you not putting her in the content? Why are you not featuring her there? And I was like, yo, I was before, and I'll talk about her, or you'll hear her being there, but you just may not always see her because, again, at that age, they want to touch stuff. They don't sit still for too long. It can just become a lot trying to podcast. You got songs in the background, you have all of these things going on, and you are trying to have quote unquote some type of professionalism, right? When you are doing all of the things, especially again with a little kid. Say hi, guys. Hi, guys. So with a little kid, it can just be a lot harder versus I feel like when they're like 5 or 6 or like really little, it's just like a whole, it's just different. It's different, especially if you're a mom. And I remember her saying like, yo, London, like that's your thing then. Like let that be your thing to show how it is with working moms, how, how you're having, to create content. You're still having to podcast. You're still having to do all of these things. It's no different than anything else. And I was like, but I say this to people. I say the same stuff to moms. And so the title, like I said, Slave Forward, and a lot of the things I brought up in the little edit piece was, how do you stay encouraged? How do you stay motivated when you want to give up? How do you keep going? And I honestly want to say it's because of having a community like Diane and having those women like her to sit there and be around you to reinforce who you are and what you're doing and the whole nine. And so, again, I just wanted to jump up here today one. Say bye, guys. Are you leaving? Say bye, guys. As one of those commitments visually to yourself, audibly to yourself. And when you, let me also backtrack and say this. I started off in August saying, hey, this is going to be such a great month in August. August is going to be like so amazing. Everything about this month. Step over. There you go. Be careful. everything this month is about showing up. It's about being authentic. It's about blah, 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 blah. And I start laughing because one thing I have found out, whether you are just whatever you believe in, whether it's manifestation, whether you believe in just anything, I feel like you really believe in. If you want to lose weight, if you want to be in a relationship, it's kind of one of those things after you say what you want or what you hope to have, whether you say the universe, whether you say something negative. I also kind of put it to human behavior too. When we say something, everything around you is going to test if you really want that thing, if you're really, really true to the thing that you say that you're about or you want. And it happens in business. How many times have we started a business, especially as creatives, and started one and we went to another one and we went to another one, whether because we didn't have family or friends to support us, whether we didn't have the closeness of a spouse to support us or a parent to support us or something along that line, we tend to like give up and we bottom out. So let me get right to it because I'm one of those people who talk in solutions. As I've been told, I like to get right to it. I feel like the biggest thing to stay motivated and to stay focused is having a community. And when I say having a community, not in the terms of, you're in a group, which they're great, or a church, which is great, or a paid community, which is great, or a community you start yourself, which is great. And your community might be just one person. Your community might be your grandma that you talk to every Sunday night at 7 o'clock. Your community might be having that one friend that you get wine with one time a month where you're able to really talk and authentically be yourself. So when I say find a community, it could be a person, one person, if you want to, where you actually get to sit here and just talk, especially a person in your community that's doing something similar to what you're doing. This is what I mean. If you are a doctor and you're struggling with your practice, it might be really hard to relate to the business of it. Stop, Ariel. It might be really hard to relate to it in the business of it compared to what was I saying? A doctor, a lawyer. If you were a lawyer, it would be really hard for you to talk to them about the business of dentistry if you're in that business, versus if you're a hairstylist or a makeup artist, or those people work so close together in proximity, and even the industry, talking to that person in that industry could be a little easier. One, because they might have already dealt with clients who need your services. Two, they might already be looking for someone like you. Three, they may be on set with you, so they kind of already understand what the set life looks like. Having a salon, having a suite, they already kind of understand your industry and the business that you're in and what you do. So they're already more empathetic. They're already going to understand how to probably help you problem solve in different areas. So if you're saying, hey, I don't have a lot of clients and I have a makeup studio, hypothetically, a hairstylist is going to probably be like, well, hey, we can partner together on this. Or have you ever thought about doing this? And the reason I'm shouting out my homegirl, Diane, because that's exactly what we were talking about today. I was like, yo, I just feel like since the pandemic, things have been crazy. She got a little older, so she's running around a lot more. She's a lot more active. It's just, life is just so different now. And she was just like, hey, show up, share it, and talk about it, because that's something that we necessarily don't do too many times, is really actually use our community to talk about the stuff that we're going through, because we have to present this image online that we have it together. We know what we're doing. We're the professionals. We're the experts. And hence, I think you can still be all of those things, and you are all of those things, even in the midst of whatever it is that you're going through. So like I said, guys, I just really wanted to jump on today to say, if you're struggling with your content, if you're struggling with showing up, if you feel unsure about showing up or how you want to show up, the first part of it is just showing up. And today I think I just got on Facebook and was just there talking and had a camera just staged up about what I was going to do today or how I was going to do today. Or, all the stuff I had to do today or how my day was going to go. There we go. Got it out. Saying that to say, showing up just in that authentic way. I looked up, I did like 2 TikToks. I hadn't been on TikTok like since the pandemic started. I looked up, I did a whole different video behind the scenes of the magazine and all of this stuff. It kick-started it. So a lot of the times as creatives, when you have that flow, that backed up, you feel stuck, you can't go, start getting in the creativity vibe, start putting things together, putting it out there, and you'll be so surprised the reaction you get. Just, I won't even say the reaction of other people, how you feel about you, to actually then go and do your job and be a better you, is super, super, super amazing. So as you are making content, as you are thinking about marketing yourself, what you want to say, just show up. It might feel crazy. It might feel unconventional, especially if you're a creator and you're a perfectionist and you procrastinate and it's all together. Listen, get the recorder out, start recording, whether you're in a room talking to yourself or in the bathroom, get it going. And you'll be so surprised what comes out of you, who agrees with you, who are probably even going through the same stuff that you're going through. So look, Miss Ma'ams finally went over there. So it's like at the end of the podcast, now she went over there, right? So look, thanks so much, guys, for tuning in and joining, and I'll see you back again tomorrow. And remember, being in charge of your brand has never looked so good. Bye, guys.